welcome to the exciting happenings of Coronation Street that will be broadcast on February 28th. After Linda calls to pick up Joseph from school and it upsets Chesney. That led Chesney to admit to Jem that Linda would give Joseph a good life in Portugal. Meanwhile, Joseph was heartbroken as he watched Chesney bite the bullet and told Joseph he was prepared to leave Joseph. Chesney then took the initiative to meet Linda in the Rovers and tell her she could give Joseph the life he deserves. Meanwhile, Linda calls and explains to Chesney that due to an emergency she has to return to Portugal. That made Chesney and Gemma very shocked when they learned that Joseph was also going to go with Linda. Chesney is adamant that he only has Joseph's best interests in mind. Then Chesney, Gemma, Bernie, Fizz, Hope, and Ruby emotionally waved to Joseph and Linda in their cab. Meanwhile, Fizz called and urged Hope to tell Chesney what Joseph had said. After Hope revealed to Chesney that Joseph did not want to go to Portugal with Linda, it made Chesney realize that he had made the worst decision of his life by not keeping Joseph. So Chesney and Gemma panic on their way to the airport to chase Joseph, but will they get to him in time? Meanwhile, in the Fresco parking lot, Emma watches Ted's nephew John as he collects the carts. John then calls in the Rovers to find Emma and explains that he saw her looking at him in the Fresco parking lot. John admitted to Emma that he'd thought a lot about her since they met at his grandfather's funeral. Later they go to a party at Speedal. Emma is mesmerized and John is clearly mesmerized. In the salon apartment, Faye defends Emma for dating John, pointing out that Craig gave up his career for them. Then suddenly when Emma's phone beeps with a text from John, what will she do with John's texts? Elsewhere, during dinner at the bistro, Toya discovers an engagement ring buried in her pudding. Toya put the ring on her finger and assured Imran she was happy. Debbie brought Abby into the bistro's office and spoke to Kevin, gently explaining that he wanted her to go before he returned home. When Toya showed off her engagement ring, Abby was amazed and Toya was taken aback. Also today, at the factory, Sarah confirmed that Lydia will not be returning to work. Adam assures Carla and Daniel that he hasn't slept with Lydia since the rest of his days, and Carla and Daniel don't believe a word. Adam calls the factory and tries his best to convince Sarah that Lydia is an evil imaginary, but Sarah doesn't believe it. Finally, Brian and Kathy return from their vacation in Cornwall and Brian tells Shona how he found a shop that looks like the cabin.